The Embassy Suites in Norman, Oklahoma, home of Soonercon. In the year of our Lord and Savior 2025, though, it's Soonercon 33. This is where I chose to take my Princess Peach cosplay from the last video to compete for the first time in over 10 years. And here's how it went.
Okay, so today is the day. We're at Soonercon. I am about to do my makeup. This is Friday. I compete tomorrow. My pre-judging time is at 11:45 a.m., but I have to be there at 11:30, just in case. I have a friend coming to help me lace up my bodice because I cannot do it by myself. And I'm here alone, which, hey, by the way, you shouldn't go to conventions by yourself. I am gluing down my eyebrows and I'm gonna get into drag to go to the convention today to get my badge, and there's a drag show tonight and a couple of other things I wanted to check out, and then I'm gonna try and go to bed at a normal time so I can wake up at the butt crack of dawn, get some breakfast, and start doing all this again. I'm gonna try and get into like a quick drag in quotation marks. It's still gonna take me like 2 hours. But that's the most else. I trimmed up my beard a little bit so it's not as long. But yeah. Okay, well that was like the fastest I've ever done my face. It's been a solid exactly 2 hours. Usually I take 2.5 to 3. I think you can kind of tell my lips are maybe not the best, but that's okay. It's okay. This is not competition day. I'm just gonna put on that leotard back there and walk my happy ass over to the con, get my little badge, and then lurk. I might film snippets of like, maybe, I don't know, I feel like it's weird for me to be like, so how do you feel about drag queen? You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I think most people are chill at a comic book convention or Comic-Con, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Depends on how I'm feeling, but I am gonna try and film pieces of the drag show itself or like B-roll. Sorry, I'm looking at my lashes because this one is just like not attached at all, which is so fun. Is it? No, we're good. It just feels like it's like not there, which is weird because usually I'm like very aware of my lash. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna get dressed and get going. So you'll never guess what happened. I forgot to film again. Why am I the way I am? Anyway, I wore this leotard out, superhero inspired. It was super cute. Got lots of people that were like, oh man, it's beautiful. I was like, thank you so much. Stupid big hair, loved it. Went to the drag show, filmed a bunch of stuff there. Remembered that part, and so I'm gonna be able to, distribute that to the performers because unfortunately the convention wasn't able to record for them, but that's why I'm here. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm gonna wake up bright and early, get that free hotel breakfast, and then I'm gonna start doing my makeup and we'll check back in. I do have to wake up early enough to make sure that all of this is reasonably unwrinkled. My skirts are going to be wrinkled, and I'm just kind of content with that a little bit because of how large they are. So, yeah. Anyway, I got Wingstop on the way. I'm living life, okay? Anyway, I'll check back in tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is 8 in the morning. I just woke up and I went to the hotel breakfast and they have these cute little omelets. They're so cute. Okay, but here's what I gotta do. I gotta eat this. And then I gotta take a little quick shower and I gotta do my makeup. And then I'm having a friend come over to help me lace up the actual bodice because I cannot do it by myself, which is totally fine. So I'm gonna do all that and I'm gonna walk my ass over to prejudging. My prejudging time is not until 11:45. So I do have a little bit of time to leisurely do my makeup, leisurely get dressed, leisurely make my way over. I have time and I'm trying not to stress myself out. Getting to sleep last night was difficult because I was a little like, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Anyway, but it's fine. I don't know if you can tell my eyes are stained a little bit pink from yesterday. My second alarm went off. My eyes are stained a little bit pink, which happens every time I wear eyeshadow. So it's totally fine because I'm gonna do pretty much the exact same makeup I did yesterday, just with less yellow and gold or orange. It'll be more pink and more lighter pinks and no purple, I think. And if not, then it'll be the exact same as yesterday, and it'll look totally fine because most of my face isn't even visible because there's bangs in the wig. Anyway, I don't know if you are aware, but I don't like wearing wigs with bangs because I like hair out of my face, so this triangle in the front is gonna bother the crap out of me today, but it's gonna be fine. Anyway, so that's the plan. Eat this, do makeup, get dressed leisurely, and then go to the convention leisurely.
And now, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it is time for the best face I have ever painted in my entire life.
So here's the look. I'm really happy with that. Like, yeah, and it's not only like the pretty smooth eyebrow application, but like this is the fastest I've ever done my makeup. I gave myself like 3.5 hours just in case I messed up. Hey, didn't mess up, and it is like 9:45 or 9:30, and I started at 8:15. So it's been like an hour and 15 minutes. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm getting really fast, which is scary. Anyway, I have a hot minute until my dresser gets here, my friend who's gonna help me dress today. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but it should be pretty smooth. Okay. Oh, you can't see anything. Well, hang on. Okay. So, I've been out of prejudging for a couple hours. Wow, this thing is so off-center. We live and learn. Anyway, it's very hot today. Like, really, really hot today. So, I have cooped myself into a corner because it has shade. But it's, you know, it's been a good day. I'm a little perturbed, if you will, because prejudging was in the morning, which is totally fine. That's very normal. But the cosplay contest isn't until 8 p.m., which is also fine. But they're having us line up at 6:30 for a show that starts at 8, which is interesting. You know, I appreciate that they're giving time for us to like hopefully walk through the stage and do all the stuff. But I'm just like, huh? Like, why are we doing that? Wow, this wig is. Listen. I'm gonna redo it eventually, but like, on what planet is that on my head the right way? Well, live and learn. Anyway, so that's where we're at. It is like 3 p.m., so I still have 3 hours until we line up for the show. But yeah, I'm a little concerned as well that there is no ramp to get on the stage. It's just stairs, which is fine, but I can't really see under my dress, and it's also like a compliance issue with ADA, so it's like, hey, what if a cosplayer has a wheelchair or needs, you know, alternate accessibility needs? Why are we not doing that, you know? So I hope that gets changed or fixed very quickly.
Hi, so I'd like to actually provide a little bit more context to this. So what I'm saying here is that there is no ramp access to the stage, which is very cut and dry. It needs to be a thing. When I did my convention survey, I made sure to put points in about many things, but that was the main thing, is that there was no ramp access to the main stage, because again, what if somebody needs it for accommodations, for accessibility, etc. But also, cosplayers with big costumes, we can't fit on stage. The person who actually ended up winning Best in Show, spoiler alert, wasn't me, physically could not get up and off, like up and down off the stage in her full costume, so she had to get dressed behind a curtain on stage. But I'm also keeping in mind that the entirety of Soonercon is run through volunteers and donations. So yeah, also according to ADA, because this is a private event, they technically legally don't have to follow accessibility guidelines. Obviously they want to, and in the email response I received, they were like, we understand that this has been a big deal. We've been working for multiple years to fix it, but it's really difficult to get a sponsorship for that because, again, we are entirely crowdfunded. It's not, you know, there's not millions of dollars to put on this event a year, and which is totally understandable because, you know, after me working in theater for so long, it's very, I don't know, it just rings home on that note. So yeah, sorry for the audio blurb, but back to the edit. And unfortunately, the convention did not record the cosplay contest as communicated to a couple of the contestants like they said they were going to, so it's okay. Here's a couple of photos in a somewhat linear format from the photographer they had on staff, which was Charlie Alan Ratliff. I did a fantastic job, and he really captured a lot of stuff that was awesome. If you are curious to see the rest of the contestants, I will link the stuff in the description so you can kind of browse the portfolio, but here we go. Alright, this is a photo of me at pre-judging. This is a photo of me and my good friend Taylor emanating the Glinda Elphaba pose. Here a picture that Taylor's husband took of me on stage. 1, 2, beautiful. Here's another picture of me on stage. I look beautiful. Here's me clipping the top of my crown with my umbrella like I said I was gonna do. Look at the curls. Oh my goodness. I love my hair in this, the back of my hair direction. Anyway, here's me closing the umbrella. I wish there was video because the way that dress moved on stage was so beautiful. It was just so big and twirly and pretty, and it was so pretty. Anyway, so Soonercon did a fun thing where they had a little halftime skit for the audience and con attendees and cosplayers, etc. to watch while they figured out the last little bit of judging. I don't have footage of this again, but I do have pictures, although I feel that because I'm not in them, I probably shouldn't include them, but we're gonna jump back into the awards. So here is where it gets interesting, right? I competed in the intermediate category, so I knew that because this is my first cosplay contest in like 10 plus years, I did not want to compete in Masters because I would get absolutely alive, number one. Number two, I knew I wasn't a beginner because I'm not, so not that there's anything wrong with that, but I am not a novice, therefore I felt that would be unfair for myself and other contestants. Anyway, so back into the photos. So here is the judge that gave me her Judge's Choice Award. This is Marianne. She is the sweetest angel alive. I love her so much. She was so sweet backstage. This, like, oh my god, it was such an honor to receive it from her. She was the winner last year. I need you to say this, but look at her faces. Here is one of my personal favorite cosplayers of the convention, her Zelda cosplay, which is beautiful. Here's the winner of the intermediate category. Oh my god, that wig had lights in it, girl. You couldn't see it. It was amazing. Here's my other beat. Yes, she was in the Masters category, and that thing is intricate as hell. It is like 1, 2, 1. And then here's the group photo of all the winners. And, oh, it was so nice. So fun.
Okay, here we are. End of day. Post awards. Post walking across the street in a dress that is trying to kill me. I am very proud of myself with, how this turned out. Obviously there's things that could have been improved. One thing that I found odd though about how the competition was just kind of run is in the rules it doesn't really say anything about like accuracy, but then when they sent out pre-judging information that was listed as criteria but it wasn't in the rule sheet, which like is fine because I mean I'm a drag queen, like there's only so much I can do, and I think I accomplished the goal. It is Peach adjacent, very cutesy, very, I wouldn't say demure, but very mindful nonetheless. But yeah, I don't know, that's just how it is, but I still have one day of this convention left, and I'm going to use it to film B-roll that I should have been filming this whole time but forgot, so Okay, so I'm mostly out of makeup. I still have to get these eyebrows out, but I'm gonna take a shower for that because it's water-based and it'll come off that way. If this was the natural texture of my hair, you would not be able to tell me anything. Oh my god, if only. No, I'm really proud of what I was able to do with this costume. For baby's first cosplay contest in well over 10 or 12 years, somewhere in there. Good job me. Pat myself on the back. I'm very proud of myself. But like, obviously it's not best in shout, but like, boohoo. I got something, and that is even just showing up for me, for anybody, is huge. Okay, it's not really about winning, but like, it is nice. Anyway, the judge who gave me their Judge's Choice, getting it from her, like, damn, she saw me, bitch. And I was like, ooh, because she was the winner of the Best in Show last year. I'm still getting makeup out of my beard. She was the winner of the Best in Show last year, and her costume from last year, oh my god, it just is, it's so intricate and like just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And like love capital L her like so much. And she's also from here in Oklahoma, so that's really nice to have another Oklahoman. Like, hey girl, even though I fucking hate Oklahoma, it's nice. You know what I mean? Oh God, there were so many just incredible bills. Best in Show winner. Holy shit, girl. The costume was so big, she like literally couldn't, like she had to get dressed on stage behind a curtain and stay there the whole show. So like, bless her heart. But like, damn, it was intricate. It had so many like textile details, but also had like the foam sculpting, and it had all parts. Like, I hands down agree with that. Like, holy shit, it's just beautiful. Very, very happy with that. I think, well, first of all, I'm gonna reach out and ask for more specific critiques. I wish that conventions did this more, but some conventions have like panels for like post cosplay contests, like here's what you could improve upon, and I would love to have that. Soonercon does not, unfortunately, but I'm gonna put that in the form when they do that. Just be like, hey, you should add this because it would be really helpful for everybody to improve. But I'm gonna reach out to the judge who gave me the not needlework, it was her judge's choice award, and be like, hey, what do you think I could improve upon for next time, other than not looking a total fucking mess. I didn't look a mess. The wig pissed me off beyond belief, just because there's so much, like, I know what to do to fix it, but like I was so fed up with it by the time I like could conceptualize what it needs to do. I was just like, I'm not fucking dealing with it. It is good enough, and that is really what mentality should not be applied to cosplay. You know, it's me like, I'm gonna get these eyebrows off and the thing, and then rubbing them with this makeup remover. It is working though. Anyway, last night I had Wingstop, and because it was the only thing that opened, and guess what I'm having tonight? Wingstop again, because it's the only thing open and it's delicious and I'm fucking hungry. Oh my god, I literally was in a corset from like 10:15 in the morning, because you know you put your corset on before you get dressed. 10:15 until 10 p.m. in a corset. Like, girl, I was having like nibbles, little tiny like crackers and things throughout the day, because like you can't really, can't really eat a full meal in a corset because I tight lace down to be pretty. And you know, it kind of, because I like have other stuff going on, it just like isn't feasible for me to eat anything that is like a meal all at once, or drink anything other than water or anything non-carbonated, because like, oh girl, I had a soda and of course at one time and it was a bad day, let me tell you what. Anyway, but I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I'm very grateful. I'm fortunate. Look how soiled this makeup wipe is. Ew. I'm just very, you know, like, it's over, which is nice, because I can tell you I'm never making a petticoat like that again, because like, or at least not to compete in, because it's so fragile. It just like, there were so many points throughout the day where I was like almost not having fun because I was worried about my dress being stepped on, which like, it didn't happen. Nobody stepped on my dress at all. I'm just paranoid. And luckily it didn't touch the ground at all. Like, it was firmly up off the ground. Very nice. There were so many other cosplayers that were like Peach inspired there. It was so fun. There was this group of like 3 ladies, and one was Bowsette, one was like Queen Boo, and one was Peach, but they were like magical girls. It was so cute, and I was like, oh my gosh! I like got pictures with them. It's really fun. Oh my god, I'm really glad that this was a positive experience, I guess, because like, coming from if you aren't aware, the reason I'm moving into cosplay is because drag pageantry world is a little corrupt across the board. It's not every pageant, but it's every pageant has some level of favoritism, or this person's drag mom is on the panel, so she's gonna win by default because that's how it works. It's just stuff like that, and that doesn't really happen in cosplay because it's about craftsmanship, 100%, and that's important to me. Like, so I'm moving hard into competing there. I'm still doing drag. I'm still in drag. I'm still a drag queen. I'm just not in bars getting bookings, so I don't want them because I don't like being in bars. I'm tired. And just making fun, frilly costumes that are pretty. But yeah, my feet hurt so bad, y'all. Like, okay, like I mentioned it a little bit, but the shoes are too too big by like half a size, so I had like a cushion in the toe, but it wasn't cushionally, and like, girl, because if your foot slides forward in a heel, you don't have any support because the heel is a shocker, what supports your body weight. And so I had to put something in the toe to force my foot back, but because of gravity, I'm sliding forward into it and like jamming my toe in the whole night. And usually I wear like a 4-inch heel. These are like a solid 1.5, 2-inch heel. Not it. It's just very, very uncomfortable all day. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to sit down for most of the day because my dress was so big. It was hard to find a spot where I wouldn't impede the walkway or anything like that. Which, like, it isn't a huge deal, but I don't want to do anything like that. Also, there was an incident today, not really, but a bunch of kids came up to me, and, like, they were all in the same family, and, like, their uncle was there or whatever, but they were like, it was kind of funny. They were like, are you a boy or a girl? I was like, I'm a guy, I'm a boy. And they were like, why do you wear dresses? I was like, because they're pretty. And then their response was, okay. And then they walked away, and I was like, it's that simple. It's that simple. Like, I wish all interactions with children were that, because I don't like kids. I don't like kids. Oh God. Anyway, I say that, but I'm a teacher. Anyway, yeah, it was funny. It was really funny. There was also a couple issues with like pathing. I don't know how to put it, but they for the awards specifically. They like put us in a separate room and they brought us and we like went across the stage, up and over, did our little poses, and then went out and around and then into the back of the room to sit and watch the rest of the show, which like would be fine. But then they would call award, like, this person won, and it would take like 5 minutes for them to walk up, like for me anyway, because I got stuck, my shoe got stuck, and my dress was like stuck. It was like a whole thing. Like, I got stuck 3 times on the way, and there were people on the way. But con staff did exactly what they were told by uppers, and they are phenomenal. The people who ran the show were so kind and so efficient and so accommodating. There was this one lady who was like, can I get you anything? I was like, could you refill my water? And she was like, absolutely. I was like, thank you so much. I was like, oh my God. Thank you. Like, it's the little things, but I was like, oh my God. I like almost boohoo cried right there. I was like, this, because again, coming from Dragland, that's not a thing. Like, people are rude backstage a lot of the time. Or trying to be funny and it's not landing because you're autistic and don't get the jokes. But yeah, anyway. I'm just really glad that this was a very positive, fun experience. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna just kind of walk around the convention center and film B-roll and stuff like that, and then get on the road home. Boop, boop. Tell you what I'm gonna miss is this air conditioning, because it is hot in my house. It is real hot, like shockingly hot in my house. Okay, like it's like 78 degrees. Yeah, I'm sweating. But in here, it is a solid 63 degrees, and I feel amazing. I feel like a new woman. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. If you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and please comment what I should cosplay next, because I'm, like, after Peach, I'm like, I don't know. And, like, for the love of God, don't say anything, like, stupidly large, because I don't have a lot of space, more funds to make the costume, but, I'm excited to get into this realm a little more. Bye.